Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Canucks with Guitars, presented by the people that it's presented by right here on the YouTubes, available through the Googleverse. I'm Ben. This is Terry. If you're tuning in for the first time, please subscribe. If you're returning or new, we expect a thumbs up given, if you're able to, and a hello in the chat so we can go, sup? So we're going to get to roll call. We're going to get to how the week's been. Terry's got some new gear to talk about. Do I have new gear to talk about? Nope. New weed to talk about. We get to,
you kind of say it's gear.
You can pick the screen of the day for Ben here. We have three choices to choose, so we're going to do a 1, 2, and a 3 in the chat, but that's after roll call. So starting at the bottom and working our way up through the charts, we have Thomas Santiago. We have Janice La. Guitar Man 45. All right, no, that's going to take forever if I say wait twice. There's Aaron from Albus Band tonight, as was Veterinary Clinic and Domino's Pizza. They clearly missed their demographic. Yep. We have Down and Back with Corn Doug. He says, I have new gear on the way. Great. Sure. Yep. Milk Tea is here. Zach Thong, Michael Kraus, Octopus Ears, BC Rich 581, but number one in my heart. I'm just saying. We have, who else we have here? Jake Beach 2, Terry's 3Gs. Imagine that. Billy Baloney, Martin Lemaire, Gear Junkie 35. Got to remember to reach out to Gear Junkie 35. Got to set up a hang together. Music Therapy Laz is here. L&M Guitar Corner. Martin, not here. He was here last night. Got some sleep. I believe today was his son's birthday. So, busy day, likely tired. All Dave, all night. Keith H. Excuse me. Oh, Billy Baloney's got new greenery too. So we got 23 people in here. So we're going to vote 1, 2, and 3 because, I had to stop off. I moved some finances around, Terry, is what I'm saying, because it's not the first of the month. And so couldn't get the Patreon money. I had a little of the Google money left over. That's fine. So, we stopped at the, the bag. Whoa, did you stop at a porn shop? Nope, on the res. So, speaking of which.
Like those exist anymore.
Which we will talk about throughout the show is coming up on the Sunday night hang, Terry. We have this coming Sunday, Hip Metalworks coming back, 1-on-1.
Awesome.
Mono. Ooh, excuse me, I just farted. Speaking of which, the next week we have Aaron from Elvis Band on. He gets a
Hey, nice.
Yeah, well, it's been a month or two. Sup, Charles75N. And my knees hurt. My knees hurt. So, that leaves open, and we check the scheduling, because I was hoping for a Sunday where I don't have to get up early Monday morning. You know what I mean, Terry? Mm-hmm. So I could do one of those hangs that are extra special. And we're going to go deep on that one. March 20th, we're doing it a whole month early, we're going to do the edible show. So if you're a smoker and a drinker and you want to hang out on the group hang that night, we're going to be smoking up a storm. But I also picked up, because the left coast is the best coast, left coast gummies. And what I'm prepared to do, these are a little smaller dosage because they're just like the size of a gummy bear. What's up, LRM Guitars? Every time we do a super chat that night, I'm going to eat an edible, Terry.
Yeah.
I will eat up to 20 edibles in one evening.
That's going to be interesting.
So, yes. Mark your calendars, folks.
Hey, Randy Upchurch.
Aaron's like, those are not going to make it to the group hang. Well, we're going to purposely leave them in here and not take them elsewhere in the house. So, but yes. So, March, we've been talking about that, Terry, for over a year. I wanted to do an edible thing, and I'll probably do bowls too. Who knows? So, tonight, though, we have 2 clear bags and a non-clear bag. So the
mystery bag.
To choose in the chat, we have Blueberry Freeze. That's number 1. Big Smooth. That's number 2. And this one, let's write it on there with a black marker, Terry, on the black bag, because that's smart. Tropical Breath. You would,
That's
JPH,
kind
too.
of a weird one.
It will be a minimum $5 super chat. We will say that.
I was going to say nobody would be able to get away with $1 super chat.
Yeah, because I remember we did that one night with the shots, and somebody kept doing and another, and so no. Yeah. So what was the order? Number 1 was the Blueberry Freeze. Number 2 is Big Smooth. Number 3 is the Tropical Breath. So we have 2 votes for Tropical Breath. What's up, Emery? 10 Solo Music. Another vote. Okay, so we have 2 ones. Nobody wants the Big Smooth. I get it. All right.
And,
we'll
4
go for a
is
little
none
more.
of them.
One's in the lead. What was 1? That was the Blueberry Freeze. New. They had a sale too, Terry. You know, like they have the deal. I get 3 of these for $100.
Mm-hmm.
They had a sale, so usually it's the $40 ones for 3 for $100, but these were the $50 price range. So I went, ooh, I will gladly take that. All right, it looks like it's going to be 1. So Blueberry Freeze, it is. It's a new strain.
Billy Baloney, that's like a year's supply for me.
This is about 2 months for me.
A year's supply. If that was the case, and if that was me, that'd be probably more like a lifetime supply. Just 1 bag.
It smells like something. I don't smell blueberry. Hey, Randy. There's definitely some
octopus ears. I want Terry to eat some edibles.
Well, maybe Terry can get some for March 20th too. Let's see if we can get that to focus. Is it going to focus? It's not going to focus, but why won't you focus? No, just talk to the hand. Fine. I tried to show it off, but let's go for a slightly smaller bud to start with. There we go. How much does each bag weigh? An ounce. I've been actually, Max, I haven't been drinking for a few months now. I bet your stuff is better. This is the bargain stuff, Guitar Man 45. You know, maybe once we got the big channel going, Terry, we can afford the more top shelf stuff.
Yeah, like Snoop will ever actually sell in Canada.
What are you telling me? He makes the stuff here. He's got a whole factory in Smith Falls.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's had it for years.
I didn't realize he had it there.
Yeah, he bought the old Hershey factory, ironically enough. The Hershey's chocolate factory, is now a grow-op. Why not try all 3? Well, so we get an idea.
I will never sleep better.
I hear you, my knees hurt. He's like, I only smoke when I drink heavily, which I do almost daily. Sure. Speaking of which, have you checked out the latest video from My Knees Hurt? It's a little ditty he put together. I kind of dug it. Just saying. Ohio medicinal is terribly overpriced. That's what I've heard. Sure, Randy. Come on over. Usually our legal stuff is like if you go to a non-reservation, it's pretty much like old street prices, like $60 for a quarter, $50 for a quarter.
LRM Guitars. I get my weed when I fix their dehumidifiers. Nice.
More than welcome.
But does that mean he picks through them?
Speaking of which, my knees hurt. If you're interested in doing a hang sometime, hit a fella up. My knees hurt's been a fixture in the community for, I'm going to say, at least a couple of years now, Terry.
Yeah.
And not just here, but in around. I've seen them around for years. So
yeah, I agree.
Let's invite him on. What's up, Fruitcake Tony?
Well, yeah, and he appears to have a mic and a video camera working now that he should be able to do it.
Well, in theory.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe he'll join us on the 20th. $40 for 3. That's like 80 a quad. Ouch. That's $3.20 an ounce. That's what I've heard, Ricky Compton. I have no we have much more of a life. Minis hurt. We hang out together on YouTubes all the time. What's up, Chris Zeppelin? Used to be a trimmer. Whatever stuck to my fingers, I get it.
Oh, Aaron.
That's awesome, Janice. So
Wow.
that's roughly 45 for 3/4. That's a good deal. Yeah, that's nice.
Well, you wouldn't be golfing up here, Randy, unless you like golfing on ice.
That's smooth, not overly tasty. What's up, Mikey Newman? Just got back from seeing Smith Kotzen in Leeds. Awesome.
Ooh, nice.
Explains why you're up so late. What's up, Robot?
Welcome.
Dave. He says sniff and glue is way cheaper. Just saying. Speaking of which, I had a lovely comment, which I have no problem saying because they're not going to comment in here again. I'll tell you that. Someone left a comment on last night's show. This Ben Coombs guy looks like a crackhead. I'm like, really?
What?
Pothead, yes. Crackhead? No. Not that I've met a lot of crackheads, but I don't think so.
Welcome.
That's
Travis.
awesome, Robot. Tolerate classes. I was going to say enjoy, but at least tolerate. What's up, Travis? And Hip Metalworks. Hey,
Yes,
yeah,
that's right. I
Hip
remember
Metalworks. Speaking of left coast, this will be for March 20th. Going to do a green hang. Cheers from High Five.
Well, Scott,
an ounce
there's
of
no
filler
excuse
from-
for you being late because,
Right.
you can only install so many 1 meg volume pots.
I wonder if he uses 1 meg pots for his tone as well.
Oh, that would be interesting.
It's so bright.
You got a treble booster on there? No, I just got a 1 meg tone pot.
Dave, I live near Milwaukee. Ben does not look like a crackhead.
Oh, God.
Oh, 250 for tone. Okay.
Stacked 4 times.
Okay. Of course, I wire 4 of them in line.
Like that crazy pot you got there with the varying frequency shift in it. And that stupid package.
Back in the box to sit on a shelf, Terry.
Yeah.
The unpackaging that shall not be named. Hey, Phil. Phil knows what I'm talking about. Phil doesn't know what I'm talking about. He just showed up. So we got 42 crazy heads in here. It is Q&A. If you have any Qs, I'll try for the A's.
Oh, God, Gretch. He said maybe if you had a few less teeth.
Actually, since Aaron is in the chat, I'm debating that when Aaron's on, Terry, we do a live pedal board build. With Aaron going, no, not there. Put it there. We may. We have the ability, which is me propping up my pedal board on some kind of a stand. We can do that. But I don't have all the pedals I want on for the board. That's the problem. So we will have some placeholders in effect, we'll say. But we may do that. I'm going to have to compromise because I already know there's a couple of things I can't put on because I don't own them yet. How is Bent Tom? Bent Tom, I was talking with Tommy Boy yesterday, Terry, in between Pete's show and my show. Saw a photo of his fingertip I will not share. He's probably going to lose the fingertip on his index finger on his left hand, unfortunately. So please continue with the positive vibes for Tom. He's in a lot of pain, but he is recovering, including learning how to walk again. Yay. Ooh. Right, Mayhem? You've learned how to walk again a few times. They call that Saturday morning. You know what I'm talking about, Terry, if you've been out with Mayhem on a Friday night. You're learning how to walk again on Saturday morning.
I don't know if it beats the...
Yes, Scott, you should. Sorry, Dan or Scott says, should I make a demo of my guitar and everything it does? Yes.
Of course.
And I remember, I caught myself, Terry, because last week you were answering questions without reading them off, and I just chirped at you, even though I do it myself on occasion, which I apologize a week later. But it reminded me last night because, like Martin says, hey, I'm usually asleep when you're all are live, but the next day, while he's doing work, he's got us playing. Right, Martin? Don't touch that. What? You made your luck. Yeah. So, yeah. Hey, Papa Blue.
Yes, actually.
I'm trying to keep that because I remember, lurking while working people. They can't read the questions in the chat because they're working. So, for us to assist lurker friendly, I guess.
Mm-hmm. But yes,
definitely. Yeah, he hasn't lost it yet, BC. But they should. They should. It was just wrong. Looked like something out of Frozen, like Frostbite, black.
Oh yeah, when it's necrotized like that, there's no coming back from that.
Fortunately, I finished eating when you texted me because I thought I got new gear because like, hey, got something to show you. I'm like, Terry, when you say, hey, got something to show you, cool. Not cool. Should have had a warning. Should have had a warning.
But yes, to Tom
exactly.
And
well, it reminds me, I gotta do up my Patreon. Sorry, just one of Aaron's laughing right now because I just had one of hey squirrel. I gotta do a Patreon video. I forgot to do it
squirrel.
No. Exactly.
Yeah, just quickly, I was just gonna say, like to Tom and several other people out there from the YouTube guitar community, we need to keep giving them prayers and positive thoughts in their recovery from things.
Yes, Tom, Lenny Lou.
Yes,
Lenny Lou. On continued recovery. Question even. Octopus Ears asks, Ben, yes, what is your feeling about businesses that ask you a billion questions when, then I start reading Grice out and I'm like, then join your machine? What? No. All right, here we go.
When returning something.
When returning something. Oh, they're like, so what? I haven't really had that experience in a long time. And what I mean by that, Terry, is, you got a broken cable, right? They got a lifetime warranty, and every time you buy one of those cables in the store, like Terry's behind the counter, or no, let's do it this way. You're buying the cable. I'm like, hey, that's got a lifetime warranty. And they tell you the same thing. They're like, yeah, here. Anything goes wrong, you just bring it in and we'll replace it.
Yep.
Sometimes, though, they don't give you the fine print. Like, for instance, you got to have the receipt. So that's why I always reply, do I have to have the receipt? And, for instance, let's hope this has an example for existing. Oh, of course, this is a fucking blank cable. All right, this is not a good example. But a lot of cables, Terry, right on them, where they put the propaganda and stuff, it'll say, like, proudly made, blah, 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 company logos and stuff. But a lot of times it'll say lifetime warranty stamped on it as well. So, I didn't do it with this one because it doesn't have it. But when I see the lifetime warranty, Terry, where that is, I cannot stress this enough. Take some clear tape, like packing tape.
Yep.
Because you can rub these and the words get removed, Terry. And you go, this is one of those lifetime warranty deals. And they're like, no, it isn't. It doesn't say it. Where does it say that? I don't see it. And I learned because a few of them, they were starting to get worn out. I'm like, let's preserve. And then because the last few times I need a new cable, I just walk in, literally just throw it on the counter, and they just grab another one. They don't even ask. There's a few times they would try it with the circuit tester. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. But I think he was new, Terry, at Ardens. He was, all right. And he's like, it passes the stress test. And I'm like, no, It's got a weird noise. Actually, it was it was screwing up my tone. It was taking out the highs. All my highs were gone because it's kind of broken. I don't know. But it wasn't working for me, right? And the guy said, "Well, it passed the continuity test." Blah blah blah. Fortunately, Sean was there and he heard my voice, so he comes out of the office. He's like, "No, replace it." He's like, "Really?" He goes, "He's a professional." Thank you, Sean. By the way, he's like, "If he says it's not up to snuff, you replace it. Don't worry about it." Because for all they can do, they can cut it in half and send it back anyway, so it doesn't matter. However, a lot of companies don't offer the lifetime warranty. Now, on other stuff, if you buy retail, a lot of, let's call it jurisdictions, areas, if you will, like Ontario, you got, on most items in the world, you have like a 28-day return policy. Mm-hmm. And you don't have to give a reason. I don't like it. Like, I can understand if it's like some stupid thing. Now, and again, here, give them a little moment, the person on the other side of the counter, Terry, because sometimes they got these stupid forms and they got to type something in.
Yep.
For them to click next. It's not their fault. That's corporate. They rubber stamp that poor excuse of a program. So that, but yeah, if they're all like, no, like right there, every time you're asking me another question, you're making me less likely to ever do business in your store again. You know what I mean? Because you're just going to get more pissed off, Terry, with every question. I don't know about you. Like, I don't want to speak on your behalf, but I'm thinking you're probably like, yep, what he said. Yep. And because I don't like having to tolerate bullshit in life. There's no need for it. Just be nice and do stuff.
Yeah, there's
if you
a
have
lot
a return
of people.
policy, you have a return policy. If you don't have it, you don't have it. Fine.
Yeah, just make it clear when you buy something that, that you make it clear what the return policy is on it. Like, most good retailers out there will have a big sign. These are 1 year warranty or limited time warranty, no replacement or whatever. And then other stores, it's just like, just throw it out there.
He says, I returned a guitar and they made me explain to the manager why I wasn't happy with it. It's like, because it's a piece of crap. I don't know. Because I don't like the color of your hair? I don't know. Like, just... or that. Yeah, that's the other one, Papa Blue. Like, Terry owns the local Radio Shack, and I go in there and I buy Radio Shack guitar picks because they have them. I'm like... But they're in the baggie, so it's not like the loose picks, Terry. I wouldn't do that. I'm not returning loose picks. I'm bringing back the baggie, and you're like, no, you gotta return those to the manufacturer.
See,
nope.
Mr. Coombs, you've messed with the bag, so for that reason, I cannot accept your return. You're gonna have to return it to the manufacturer.
Like, I understand, like, for a repair, you have to, because there are factory direct repair, especially computers, and having worked on that side of things, it's like, I took it into Best Buy. Don't you bought your HP, deal with HP. Hey, there's Ben.
Hey, it's Ben's World.
Yes, everyone check out that channel, by the way. Great stuff. If you're into the singer and or the songwriter stuff, Terry, I'm talking cowboy chords, soulful voice. And he's got a gig coming up soon, too. He's just got to figure out how to sing the songs is all. I'm just saying. But I'm glad the G&L's working out for you, buddy. Parts 3 and 4 out this week. It was supposed to be a one-parter. So I went down the rabbit hole. So, but yeah, I don't know. So did we cover the retail thing? I think so. Tesi Switch is great. Awesome. March 19th. That's a Saturday. Right. My knees hurt. Hey, you know what? My knees hurt. I kind of dug your singing. I'm not saying you're a great vocalist by any stretch of the means. Neither am I. But, no, it worked for what you were doing. You have that alternative, I don't know, alternative, like alternative music, Terry. Like, I harken back to City Limits, like, when alternative was really alternative because it wasn't on everywhere on the radio. But where everybody's playing like a jazz master or a Jaguar and trying to sing, but not really. And yeah, they were singing about as well. They would hold a tune about as well as those guitars held a tune, which wasn't that well. But I dug it.
Lovers in a dangerous time.
I used to cover that song.
I know, but I'm just saying I am singing like what somebody might actually show up.
Well, kind of heavy, kind of punky.
Was it back here at 8:19?
Oh, all right. Because I have something from LRM there. Oh, and there's Paul Leonard Ewing. Hello.
Yep. While you're partaking,
go ahead.
Has anyone ever tried 7-gauge strings? Just fitted a set for a laugh, and they actually play fantastic. Oddly enough, the Ernie Ball Extra Slinkies are almost the same gauge as the Billy Gibbons 7-gauge set. The only difference is instead of it being a 7 on the on the high E, it's an 8, and everything else is pretty much the same across the set.
I disagree. The 7s there are some variances. Yeah, they are their own thing.
Well, at least when I last was looking at the two sets, how they lined up.
I haven't tried 7s. I'd like to. I've tried 8s. I had 8s on a Les Paul at one time, Terry. Shh, don't judge. I was young.
That's crazy.
It was a late time. It was a 70s Les Paul, so it didn't have that big of frets. What's up, Ed?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that reminds me. There. And there. All right. I'm going to get 2 for 1 here, Terry. First question. LRM Guitar says, what's a Tesi Switch? Fair question. John Duchesne also mentions, I really don't get all the hype about a kill switch. All right. So a Tesi Switch is a kill switch. It's a brand name of a kill switch. Rob Welch, friend of the channel. I'm a Tesi Switch artist. Honestly, and it is my honest reaction. When asked, Terry, what's the biggest reason you have a kill switch in your guitars? To annoy bandmates. No, legit. And then secondly, I don't know, it's something different. I think where you use it is like where you would use a wiggle stick, for instance, to accent something. You do a kill switch. And since I'm not adept, what does the kill switch do? It literally bypasses, or at least the way I wire them, and which is the way most people is. Basically, you got 2 wires in the switch, and they go to your output jack. So when you depress, I never understood that word depress. Why don't you just say press? Press or don't press. Depress. That sounds like you're not pressing it. Depress. Anyways, when you press, it mutes, it cancels out your signal, therefore killing the output. Instant silence.
It's just like a multi-switchable mute switch, really.
Yeah, and some are latching, some are not. What's latching, Ben? Glad you asked, random person that thought about it but didn't actually have the guts to type it in the chat. That's okay. We don't judge. So latching is, all right. The easiest way is latching is, okay, you hit it, go. Latching is it clicks on, and then you have to press it again for it to
disengage
release.
it. Yeah.
Disengage as well, yes. I prefer the non-latching, which means you have to hold it down for it to work. And that way it's just a quick ding. So I go, and I like doing this. Do you see? I can do the Steve Austin by. I think. Yeah, exactly. Well, and that's the thing. It's not for everybody. Hello, Frozen Fury. Thanks,
Hey,
buddy.
Frozen Fury.
Kill switch for rancid covers. I don't know. Eddie Van Halen was using one for a while, I guess. I don't really know where and when he used it, Terry, but I know a lot. I see a lot of Wolfgangs with kill switches in them, so I think he did. Hello, Beavis.
Yeah, that whole, I would say,
Buckethead.
new metal era.
John 5. They have them.
John 5. So a lot of those players from, I think, around that new metal era, I think, were ones that embraced it. Buckethead.
Yep.
Actually, that would be weird. A Guns N' Roses song that actually had a kill switch going on in it. Though, I'm sure people would wish to do that when Axl is singing. Mute.
Hold it down. Terry, you're my tech. Grab a piece of tape. All right, now when I remove my finger, you lay the tape down. So, yeah, I got him in a couple guitars so far. Installed one in Ben's guitar. I haven't put one in a Lester Pulphus yet. I haven't figured out if I want to remove one of the knobs, like do a master tone. But then I thought, oh, you know what? All right, Martin, you're listening on replay. Can you do... All right. So the wiring would be essentially a master volume and then your two independent pickup volumes and a master tone. I like a Gretsch. Gretsch wiring. Just saying. Maybe the bottom front would be your master tone, then or master volume, and then master tone. I don't know. So it's just something to play with. Gives them an idea for whatchamacallit, video. That's it. So yeah, that's what a Tesi/kill switch is. They are available at tesiswitch.com. Use coupon code Canucks, save 15%. Plus all kinds of other stuff. A bunch of different kinds of pedal manufacturers over there now, and strings and parts and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, Dave, that's what I generally would do when I played Les Paul. Was I always had one of my volumes, depending on which pickup I was using. So depending on which pickup I was using, I would have one backed off, as it were. Were.
Just fixing something here.
Yeah, and Ben uses it for a variety of reasons. And part of the reason he was using it, Terry, was basically as a main mute when switching effects and stuff.
Yep.
Whereas I'd click on my tuner to do that, he wanted it. I'm like, all right, yeah, makes sense to me,
Yeah, like in that kind of application, it probably would be a lot more handier, if you had to reach far with your foot to hit something like you said, like a tuner or something to mute it. If it's right there on your guitar, you can quickly tap away, then undo it, and you're back playing.
What's up, Eddie Van Haskell?
Hey, Eddie.
Okay, so Scott Brockway says, Ben, you missed my question. I did, actually. Went right by. My question about a no-load tone pots. Your thoughts? I don't know. Because I don't know what has them and what doesn't. It isn't something that I've done or not done. I haven't had, I assume that's when you put the capacitor on the tone pot, or is it not the capacitor on the tone pot or something else? I don't know. What would be an example? That's what I would need to know. Thank you, Terry.
There you go, Janice.
Dave says no loads are great. I have them on most of my basses. Okay. The pot disconnects the cap entirely when the pot is on 10.
Oh, yes.
Okay. I'd like to give it a whirl. You can feel when a no load is bypassing the tone circuit. Okay. I definitely like to check that out. Like,
I mean, it makes sense on a bass, and it makes sense on most musical instruments to have something.
Hey, why not? If it's another tool in the tool crib. See, that's the thing, Terry. That's why I have to have people like Aaron with me at NAMM shows, or the person in the booth, like, this is one of these. This is what it does. Here. And I go, ding-a-ling, ding-a-ling. Oh, so that's what. And either I like it or I don't like it, but I need someone to tell me what the hell it is I'm doing.
Tell you what, it would be a lot better than like that Jimmy Page wiring or that Gibson wiring scheme where you actually have to pop up the pot to get a no tone load. If you had it, it was just simply a dial.
Yeah, like it should just be a click or something. Yeah, why have a? That should be something else.
Yep. In that,
could you put a kill switch on my acoustic? Really?
If you had onboard electronics, maybe. But on an
okay, so yeah, it's Dave's saying it in the 10 spot. It's got a little D10 thing. Yeah, I have that. My Strat has that in the bottom tone, Terry, like halfway, right at the halfway mark, I think it is. Maybe a fella or a fellette in the chat could tell you if anyone's come across that before. I've never really found any information on it. Like, there's nothing special. Oh, the Strats of that era did this. I don't know. Maybe they did.
Oh, you mean that American Strat you got? It has like a notch position. On the wing.
Roughly at halfway. And
that's as Scott points out, that's TBX. So what it does is when you reach that notch point, that's 0. When you roll forward from the notch point, that adds, I think, like 5 dB boost to mid. And when you go back from that center point, it all the way open. It reduces.
Well, and see, that was the funny thing was, and I stumbled across it because when I bought the guitar, that tone knob was missing, right? And so I would just stick my pick in there because it's open shaft, and a pick's not going to wreck it or anything. So, and all of a sudden I'm like, huh. And I could feel that D10, right? And I was, I like that. I like that spot. I like that. All right, And then, I don't know, 10 years, 15 years later, I finally put a tone knob on it. And I didn't like it because I couldn't feel it. And you really have to, compared to with a pick, you can really feel it. But all of a sudden, I'm like, oh, ding. I'm like, oh.
That's mostly the main reason why the lace sensor-based Strats from back then did need a battery, because where is it here? The XRS pod or whatever actually needs power.
Yeah, so I don't know. Like, as far as I know, that guitar was stock when I got it. So I didn't know what the deal was with that TBX. Huh. Well, I'll be dipped. Never knew, Terry. Well, I knew it was something. I figured it had to be something. And
thank you, Dave. TBX pot.
4 years later on the channel, Terry, it happens to come up in conversation.
Treble bass expander.
Gotcha. So it's like everything. Yeah. I don't know. I never understood the wiring of Strat anyways. All I know is...
Well, and that's just
it's like some of them, you know what I mean? Like, was it like at some point, it was like all, in the bridge position, the bridge pickup wasn't even in any tonal, then it was one tone shared by the front two, and the bridge gets its own tone. And then I'm like, all right, so what, originally each tone was for the front two and the back was just, fill your boots wide open? I don't know. But was it laziness at the factory? Like, hey, here's a new way to do it. Why? It's 3 less wires. Oh, okay. Sure. Let's do it. I don't know.
Oh, Jesus, Boner James.
Oh, how do I get backsplash out of a can of pop? Like, seriously, folks. help guy understand. Did I miss boner jams in here? Or am I
sure
just
it's not
like,
one of those illegal cans of pop? Maybe that's how.
no, we're just doing the do tonight, apparently.
Mountain Dew.
I had a hankering for a lime-based beverage, and Terry, it's not Mountain Dew. It's not quite the same as it used to be, I think, or I just miss Mellow Yellow that much because it was briefly available in Canada in the early 2000s. And then I got sick of it because I drank it like every day for 6 months. 1 can a day, every day of my lunch.
Yeah, Mellow Yellow did have more of a lemon lime to it than, say, like a Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew, but also, like you said, Mountain Dew itself has actually been watered down a little bit.
Yeah. Emery asked, how's the number one doing? Well, the number one technically would be my Mexican Telly. The vintages, they're not the number ones. But the number one, Mazel, grab it, Terry. You know, since we're talking about, with a Tesi Switch. Look at that. Bingo. I'm debating either putting a little, that. Oh, pretty good. Not bad. The taste, I'm gonna try a different one. I think after. Well, wait. No, there's still a bunch in there. We'll take care. But this thing, I'm debating putting a shim under the neck, Terry, because the old adjustments, they're sharp, is what I'm saying. Like I can feel them, and so that way, because if you put a shim, you get rid of that because you can raise the old saddles up, right? Mm-hmm. Or because in the back of my head, my dad always said, never, even though people take the necks off these things all the time, he's like, never take one off unless you have to. Because Mojo or something breaks the seal. I don't know. So the neck's never been off this thing. And this is what? It's going on 7 years old now. Wow. No wonder. Yeah, I'm starting to. It's looking very white on. Well, actually, it is looking a touch off white on camera. It's not as white as it used to be, that's for sure.
It's looking like it's creaming out a little bit.
It's very slowly, and that's awesome. Yeah. I am so happy. Hello, Robert. Robert Gallagher in the chat.
Hey,
and hello to Boner Jams, because I'm finally seeing him in the chat. Which I'm going to scroll back because I didn't see his glorious entrance. Oh,
there it is. That's why.
Oh, dang! No, I'm not Dave. Good Lord. Thank you, Boner Jams. Don't drop it, Jesus Christ. Saturday says, have a great week, everyone. Love you all. Well, most of you. Love you too, Boner Jams. But this thing plays so great. But I like the roller saddles, but do I just get shorter screws, grub screws, or whatever the hell they're called? I think they're called grub screws. I call them grub screws. I don't know. I had a very lengthy thing on one of my videos, the difference between a screw and a bolt, Terry, because I probably called a bolt a screw at some point in the video. Like, clearly, you haven't watched my videos. I don't call anything correctly by anything. I really need to come up with one of those disclaimers to flash up in the videos saying, hey, morons, don't be like this Yahoo. Or something. But,
it's kind of like the people that expect you to spell perfectly every single time.
Well, there is that. Well, although there is spell check, Terry, I will say. There is spell check.
Or you're not using proper grammar.
Oh. Grammar means nothing in the inner Google, apparently.
Yeah, I know.
Laz. That's Boner Jams, Terry. Don't get too excited. I'm like,
I was wondering. No,
I
actually didn't even clue into that thought on the BJ. Until you said it, and then it's like, oh, okay, my mind actually slipped there this time.
So, Emery, 10 Solo Music, was saying, where was he saying it? He's thinking about getting one of those Beretta Specials that I have
dime
most
bucker
of.
in it.
A dime bucker, eh? Well, that's a lot of gain. I get it. That'd be interesting.
Octopus ears. No, that's later.
March 20th. Excuse me, but you know what? Moz will do another bowl to celebrate all the super chats coming in. But yeah, debating, because after a few years, it's still like I've tried filing and trying to smooth things over, but they're very sharp, Terry. They're feeling razor sharp, is what I'm saying.
That's strange, especially for a roller bridge.
No, it's
like roller
it's just
saddles. I mean,
it's just these damn. You hear it.
Yeah, you're kind of right.
Oh yeah, they're sharp. And I don't need the kung fu backhand.
Hey, Ricky T.
Or change it from a push-pull pot to a push-push pot. Well, when it breaks, I will. Shim it, you'll never look back. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Or, I was thinking I'll just take out one of these screws, Terry, and then go over to, like, Fastenal or something and say, hey!
You could take one of those front rubber erasers over it.
Oh, it'll just chew up those front erasers.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. Wax? Well, that's an idea. Wax them. Doug Strong, what's up? Odd that it'd be super sharp over time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
But that's the thing. It's a lot of, that's a little. Yeah, so. This one's more for the janglier stuff, is what I'm saying, Terry. When I'm just, which you can tell because the pickguard really is a scratch plate, because their scratch is literally from edge to edge. And I don't understand that, because for you to start hitting with a pick here, then I got to hit the pickup ring, and then you figure it's just knuckles across the strings at that point.
Well, whatever you do, Ben, don't bring it around Absolute Mayhem or Billy Baloney, because they're saying angle grinder it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Blackjack guitar, just get the shorter grub screws. This thing has like
so are you talking about the actual screw in the saddle to adjust the height?
Yeah. What were you thinking?
I thought you were actually talking about the screw for the length of it.
Oh fuck no! You don't touch those. They're down inside. Oh no, it's got the saddles themselves have a nice textured finish.
Yeah, I see that. So yeah, the actual saddle screw top itself, I'd say even something like nail polish, a clear nail polish, just a little bit over the top of it.
True. Although if I have to adjust them, then you're digging out nail polish. That's the problem.
Well, if you don't like really
button head screws. Ooh, there's an idea.
Yeah, hex screws. That's it.
Big nubs. Mayhem's saying what? Mayhem's like, why don't you just grind them shorter yourself, Terry? These tiny things, like, come on. No, I can get them right in the vice grip, and the moment I hit it, they're ping. They're gone. They're gone. Gone forever. So, Flex Seal. Why not? So, yeah.
I'm Billy Baloney, and I'm here to tell you about Flex Seal. That's what that sounded like to me when Billy said that.
You know what else I need, Terry? Flipping caliper, like micrometer caliper, people call them. Something that I can measure stuff with is what I'm saying. Like I'm watching a couple of luthier channels I like, and the guy, he's like, he brings the guitar in for setup, and he's like, well, first of all, let's see what kind of strings the fellow's got on it. I'm like, what are you talking about? And he, that's a 42, and yep, that's a 9. So he's running, standard 9. I'm like, I need one of those. And then I forget. And then the next time I watch a video that has one of those, I'm like, I need one of those.
You mean something like this?
Yeah, shut up, Terry. Yes. Yeah, but is your battery dead in yours?
Nope.
Oh, you bastard. It's not even a dead battery. All right. That's it. Terry's fired from the show. That's it. What do you got there? Oh, Mayhem's putting up Jungle website links.
Yeah, actually, I got this from.
I like
oddly
that.
enough, Napa.
Yes. Yeah, I know. Oh, yeah, I knew. Yeah. I used to sell those or deliver them at least. So there's your comment.
Oh, jeez.
Whoa, jeez, we forgot. Chair has wheels. Hello, just right into the camera. Hey, twang.
Hey, how's it twang?
Oh, okay, yeah. Doug, so Terry knows what's up. Yeah.
Mind you, though, I get all these things, but
I know,
but
Blackjack.
again,
Oh, all right, $18 on the Jungle website. Yeah, I know. All right, I haven't ordered anything off the Jungle website.
they're
in a
about
while.
12 or 14 at Napa, unless they've gone up since I bought that one.
Oh, I wonder if I still get discount there because you know how there's retail and then jobber price.
Mm-hmm.
Even after I stop working there, I still get jobber price. As long as there's someone still working there that works there when I work there. That's kind of how it works. So,
Or as House of Twang says, $6 you can get a plastic one at Crappy Tower.
yeah, I don't like those. I want something with a nice display like that, that I can read. And Ibrox the Blues says, "Hey Ben, I'll come up and organize that bench before Amanda steals all your stuff."
Like that's possible.
Ooh, Princess Auto. I haven't been to a Princess
Yeah.
Auto in ages. See, I think I had one from there, and then it got all rusty, So, closest Princess Auto to me, though, is like an hour away. That's the problem.
Yeah, the closest to me is actually Barrie. So
See, this is the point in the show, Terry, where, I should read off the patrons, by the way. But I say to someone like, that's in the chat, like you might say twang, I can say to Mayhem. If a fella's got one of those micrometer caliper deals, and the next time he's over visiting another fella, he could maybe drop it off for a spell and then maybe forget about it, because I'm going to need to use it a lot. Being far from a Princess Auto is not a problem for you at all. No. My dad used to stop all the time, Terry. Oh my God. Because he would drive to Waterloo. How did he become a patron? Good question, I Rock Zed Blues. There's a link in the video description, as well as, I'll stick it up there. Just do a search for my name. You'll find me. Various tiers, depending on what you feel like doing. Oh, come on. Today being the last day of the month, it'll be the fresh list starting tomorrow, which is basically this list because I don't think anybody's canceled or joined this month. So, that link down below, and you get a shout out because the channel members, they got green and emojis, and there's a few that are both, which is awesome. But if you want to become a patron, you get a shout out as well. And you get unique content, I guess. Yeah, sure. I think that's what they call it. Anywho's, Guitar Man 45, Symmetry, Paul McNary, Joe C, Keith H, Canucks 0, fucking believable, Charles 75N, John ZD351, JP Page 2, Free Cake Tony, Bent Tom, Blackjack Guitar, Grumpy Mike Guitar, Cousin Todd Flowers, Charles Green, Absolute Mayhem, Other Left, Randy Crooks, and Mohogany. Mohogany. Oh, secret soda videos. No, but that's an idea. But did you know, Terry, that coming up on the channel, and I'm going to add it into the Soda Pop playlist, Octopus Sears has to head out. So you're going to want to hear this later, Octopus Sears. It's going to be hopefully a Soda Pop unboxing from south of the border, no less. Possibly included the infamous, that we have oft heard about, Mexican Coca-Cola.
Ooh.
Yes. Hey, Kevin.
Hey, Kevin.
You at least caught some of it live. I don't know. Most of the unboxing videos go into the Patreon and channel members. A unique video once monthly, which is usually a channel update of some kind. Yes, PTM. Yes, my newest one. In fact, yes. During the intro every week, I click on this little thing, and there it is, presented by LPD Pedals. Reno Fin
Yeah,
Custom
what's
Switch,
that happen to say
Vibraprint,
there?
PTM Guitars, Flipside Music, and of course Ardens Music. Yay! Links down below to all kinds of cool stuff. I gotta add the links for the PTM Guitars down below. I gotta figure all his. Hey, PTM Guitars, send me a list of your links that you want included. What do you want down below? What do you want?
Yeah, good idea.
Yep. All right, sweeter from what you remember. Nice. Did we actually properly say hello to Tinkerbell tonight?
I didn't know he was in here until I just seen that now. So, hey, Tinkerbell.
I think I saw him once previously. See, now I'm scrolling back. It's like the dollar store version of Canadian Tire. Canadian Tire is worse in many ways because there's very little of the Canadian Tire now. They got all like appliances and dishes. Really?
And now it's party time, or Party Hut now is also now joined.
Groceries, food. Since when does Canadian Tire sell food other than a vending machine, Terry? Yes, vending machine in the automotive area maybe, where you can get a cold, stale sandwich while I wait for my car. Maybe.
Good old egg salad sandwich that tastes and smells like exhaust. And it makes you have a nice exhaust.
Oh, that reminds me. Oh, God, Terry. I worked at this place in Windsor. What the hell was I doing? Telemarketing. What's up, Adam D?
Hey, Adam.
First of all, beautiful, grand old building. Like, I think it was 6 stories. But it was one, like, there was a, like, real fancy, well, especially today's standard, because everything's just chrome, there's no stuff. Like, kind of a fancy-looking elevator, but then it had the dual staircase that ran up either side as well. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't like you had to go through a door to go up the stairs, so it was not bad. Maybe it was only 4-story. Either way, but I was like, wow, this is an old office building. You could tell this is an old, and it's always been an office building. 100 years old at the time, whatever. This is like in the mid-90s. And they had vending machines. So you step out of the elevator, there's a couple of vending machines, and then we go into the office area or whatever. And my God, they had sandwiches in the vending machine, but the coffee, my God, it was such old school vending machine coffee, Terry. Like the font and graphics, it's all like 50s Jetson style, which I'm like, oh, wow, this is going to be the shittiest coffee ever. This is going to be awesome. And then, like, literally with the paper cup, and there's like some kind of game, like poker game on the cups. I was just like, what is this, fucking Columbo? Like, is this some 70s cop precinct copy machine? I'm like, this is awesome. Yeah, speaking of which, we're an hour into the show. Hey, Terry, how's the new amp? See how I segued there?
It's okay. Again, I gave my opinion on the previous amp that I traded away, the Marshall Origin 20. I made sure to call it Origin 20 because I don't want to insult it by calling it a Code 20. Mind you, though. But the new used trainer amp.
The new to you trainer.
Yeah, the new to me trainer amp is it's a lot nicer, and I had Twang over earlier, and he heard it actually through the Harley Benton 2x12, and he actually said it was a lot better sounding than the Marshall Origin 20, and that was the only kind of few flaws with the Marshall Origin 20 was a little bit too in the treble to high mid range, and it seemed to lack bass. And there's a lot of times I could like turn it up to the full 20 watts, and it would actually trigger my tinnitus. So it's like, oh my god! But like this amp, no matter whether it's the gain channel or the clean channel, I can have it up to like 2 or so, and I get no tinnitus ringing in my ears whatsoever.
Nice. No, I sold freezers of meat. LRM. My knees hurt works on elevators. I did not know that. That's cool, I think. That's such a unique business. That's cool. Not a lot of work out in the country for that job, man. Let's see here. Doug Strong comments, getting a hot dog or a sausage in the parking lot of a Canadian Tire is a rite of passage.
For a Canadian, yeah.
Parking lot food. Yep. That's like you haven't, go to an event and bought one off the Lions Club or the Kiwanis or the Rotary, or any other of those groups. Yep, I agree. Zach Thong says the Trenton Canadian Tire has a good sized fishing section. Yeah, that's because there's a big fishing derby here every year, and they've traditionally always had a big fishing section. Chip truck poutines, yeah. Any of you guys have the Gibson Tradbucker? Never heard of the Tradbucker pickup, so I don't.
Trembucker I've heard of.
I don't know. It says Tradbucker, Trad. I assume it's a typo. I'm waiting for clarification. He'll say, no, dumbass. I said trad. I stand by it. All right. I'm going with a no. Billy Baloney with a dad joke. Not worth commenting on. It's fine. Red Off patrons. We thank the channel sponsors. Perfect. All right. What are we at? An hour? All right. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, for Hip Metalworks, the amp that you see here off to the left of is
traditional Bucker, perhaps.
And then YCV40.
In the traditional V. So it is Tradbucker. I have not heard of it. Possibly Dylan Washburn has heard of it. I have not. Oh, did I comment on it? I did. I did leave a comment on this week's FAQs. Because last week, Terry had left a comment saying, I got nothing. But this week I had a comment. I have no idea what comment it was. I watched the show, Terry, the FAQs, on Sunday mornings. That's my Sunday morning ritual. What the FAQs? I don't care that they started releasing it midweek now. Not my problem. I watch it Sunday mornings. Oh, excuse me.
Okay, Trimbucker.
Yes, Janice. After I watch the race tonight / tomorrow morning, whenever I watch the race, just in case they have spoilers in the videos, and I don't want spoilers. I don't like spoilers.
According to the quick Google here, there's also a 498T, which they call a Trimbucker.
Yeah, but it's not a Trimbucker, it's a Tradbucker. It's for the tradition. Yeah. So I think it's a new pickup. I'm going to guess lower output, perhaps? I don't know. It's in the traditional V, though, so I don't know. Yes, there were spoilers. Thank you, Janice. Appreciate that. So I will definitely watch post-race. Oh.
Cool, Zach. Zach said a friend has the same amp.
Nice. Oh. There we go. That's the old arthritis just kicking in and creaks and cracks. So you're enjoying the amp. How is it taking your pedals? Better? Worse? It's about the same?
I would say the effects loop in it is actually better than the Marshalls.
For some reply, reason, what's an effects loop? To which I reply, what's an effects loop?
The level of it in the trainer seems to be a lot better than in the Marshalls. In the Marshall codes, it seems like it's almost like 10 dB lower, I think, Because I know that there are some amps out there that actually have a variable level for the effects loop on it. And the Marshall didn't have an adjustable one. It was just set permanently. And same thing with the new trainer. It's set, but everything's all at the same level. So
ooh, okay. So I got some new swag on the way, which I expect out of the blue.
Ooh.
Ike messages me today, Terry, all his shirt size and address. I'm like, all right. So I did, and I did. I Rock Zed Blues comments in. Terry, they came in the Les Paul traditional. Okay, makes sense, right? Traditional bucker. New pickup, and the bridge is 13K, and the neck is around 8. So the neck is more standard output. 13's a nice high output. You know what, Terry? I'd like to check that out because that's how I like it. I like, easy on the neck. Let's keep that nice and chimey and lower output. But on the bridge, I want all the output.
Well, what it's making me think of is like the 500T that was in that Flying V I traded for. It had a 500T, but that pickup I found was so ice picky, it was just crazy. So I didn't like it.
I might like it then.
Yeah.
Because some people call my tone shrill. I enjoy it. I cut through the mix, that's for sure. And I like that. Like those humbuckers in that telly, they're 15K.
Yeah.
And I like it. I like it a lot. Which means I gotta jack my pickups back up because I forgot whatever they were set at factory. Sure, but when we were practicing through headphones, I had no headroom. So I click on the lead boost. I was like, how does Rich click on the lead boost and gets louder? And I click on mine, it doesn't do anything, right? And so when practice, we just lowered the pickups down inside of it. And all of a sudden, boom, I have headroom now because the pickups were just, And we were like,
yeah.
Easy. And I've never raised them back up, and I probably should. But on the other hand, the tone's kind of built way around the way they are now. So I don't know.
Well, if you remember when Steve from Boston got I think it was the DiMarzio blackouts, and he put them in that Chibinez or whatever,
sure.
The Bumblebee.
I'll take your word for it.
He was saying that was a set. It was like the neck was a 13 and the bridge was like an 18. And even he said he actually had to lower them because he thought they were too high of an output. Almost was.
Yeah, especially with his setup too. It could just be blasting his interface. All the K's, Gear Junkie, all of them. Maybe Gear Junkie 35. Are you free Sunday, March the 27th? Hang. Just saying.
Yeah, again.
Throwing it out there, Terry. Throwing it out there.
Well, and that's what I was just going to say. Any of you folks out there that have, a good setup, a good microphone, and some sort of a webcam or camera,
a decent microphone, a decent camera, a decent bandwidth.
Correct.
Yeah. If you're like, hey, I'm going to pop on. All right. Just make sure every other person in the household isn't streaming Netflix or streaming gaming and, whatever, sucking up the bandwidth is what I'm saying. Because even if you have good bandwidth, but believe me, JJ has a connection like yours, Terry, and we were struggling. Remember, whenever we go live from his place, because the whole family's like, that bandwidth.
Yeah.
We're like,
are you on the Xbox?
A fella's trying to go live here. Nice, Janice. I like the deliveries. Camera, see, that's some laptop cameras, they're not bad. Why not?
Yep.
Terry, this isn't professional. I like to keep the bar nice and low. Travis has bandwidth now. That was it. Because God love Travis. He was trying to get on there the other night.
I don't know, Dave. I think that might put you back to Prius status. I have Mr. Microphone and a Polaroid.
That's pretty badass. Like, if he can get it to work.
We'll step you up from Prius.
Yeah, and if you want to reach out, was it off hours? Like I was gonna say, as opposed to during office hours, which is like here going, hey, let's like set something up, which obviously I do quite often. Just randomly somebody out of the chat and say, hey, let's do a hang. So you can reach me at canuckswithguitars@gmail.com. Email is down below. And our pants required only if you keep the camera up here, Twang. We're good.
As long as the junk stays in, Quentin.
If you're thinking you're gonna grab a guitar, make sure you're wearing the pants.
Yeah.
Or the breeches. Or at least under breeches. Tink says, keeping the bar low. It's why we're such good friends. Exactly, Tink. Exactly. Tink knows what I'm talking about. Awesome, Travis. Yeah, the Facebook group there, it's anything, Canadiana, guitar related,
music related, Canadian music related. I post up random links of stuff that might be Canadian related.
I rarely post in the group. I see the stuff. I rarely post in the group, but I have been sharing a few good, stupid guitar memes lately, so I should be sharing those in the group. And Terry, if you see one because I know you've seen a few that you've chuckled at, just it's like, what was it? The pros and cons of dating a local musician. Pros, you're dating. The cons, local musician.
That was a good one.
It's funny because it's true. Yeah. So stupid stuff like that. Yeah. I don't know, Dave. See, Gear Junkie's got GoPro to his HP all-in-one hardwired modem for work from home. I get all the G's, 10 up and 80 down. Bastard.
Nice.
Bastard. Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. What are we doing on time? Quarter after? Yeah, we'll go. We'll go a little bit longer, like 10 minutes or so, I guess. Overtime. Why not? Happens. Man, I want bandwidth. I'd like to play again on the YouTubes. Virtual busking, if you will. I just play. People randomly come by and comment, or
Yeah, actually, speaking of which, kind of revolves around your area, but over the weekend, I read through the Google News feeds that Bell Canada has moved in and has now bought up eBox.
I don't know what eBox is.
Quebec. They're an ISP, independent ISP out of Quebec. They do video and fiber. They were
Gotcha.
They were like one of the larger independent ISPs.
That makes sense. So yeah, they're buying the infrastructure.
Yeah,
so
they're buying the infrastructure, and it's another one of the people that actually stuck up against them.
What's up, Mark?
So that's what makes it even more interesting. Hey, Mark. No, you are not forgiven. You cannot pass go, and you cannot collect $200. You must go directly to jail.
No, that's not the spirit. No, scales at dawn. Gotta play scales at dawn. Yeah, people come, people go. It's all good. It's a rotating crew. We've had a good crew in here tonight. We have been averaging in the mid-50s for people watching, which is awesome. Water pump's going off, so it means Dad's up. That's good. He's alive. That's good.
That is always good.
Yeah, that's always a good thing. I haven't heard any screaming, so I assume he still has some kidney stones.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to ever be down that road of kidney stones ever.
Been there once. The worst part was, Terry. Most Canadians can kind of relate. At some point in time, generally, you're going to go to a handful of NHL games, right? If you're a hockey fan, especially.
Yeah.
And I'll get to that in a second, Thomas. And it was impossible at the time to get Leafs tickets. They were still playing at the Ardens. What you could get in abundance was Ottawa Senators tickets. So we thought, well, we'll go up for a Sens game, right? What was it? Philadelphia was in town, so we're like, rock on. Eric Lindros was tearing up the league at the time. This was around 95, around that time frame. 95, 96, in around there. I don't know. I remember he was playing. That much I remember. And I had a kidney stone the week of. And I'm just like, I'm like, Terry, it's like it's a Saturday night game. And I'm like, okay, Thursday comes. Nope. Didn't pass. Friday. Oh, we're good. Okay, so I think I'm trying to think. Did we drive? No, we drove up Saturday. Yeah. We drove up Saturday, and it was not a pleasant drive up because, there's no 400 series highway all the way up, especially 25 years ago, almost 30 years ago. Get there, I'm hanging out in the hotel room, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make this. Like, I'm in a lot of pain, Terry. This is what I'm saying, And fortunately, literally just before we were going to leave for the game, it passed. And I'm pretty sure most of the people on my floor at the hotel knew it passed. But afterwards, let's do Hockey Night in Canada, Terry. Let's do it. Because we had sweet seats. Like, we're in the upper bowl, but like first row upper bowl. So we were like on TV and stuff. It was all. And of course, we run out during intermission to have a smoke, and we run into people we know. So, yeah.
Take care of Tinkerbell.
Oh well, at that time, half the building was empty. It would be a third empty if a decent team was in town, half empty if a crappy team was in town.
Yeah.
So it was not hard to get tickets. Whereas it was waiting lists or scalpers for Leafs tickets because Maple Leaf Gardens was a smaller arena, and they were good at the time because they were coming off that Doug Gilmour, Wendell Clark. It was just the beginning of the Matt Sundin era. So, now Thomas had a question. Where's Thomas? There it is. Ben, yes. I'm looking for a Turner pedal. Do you know where I can get one? I don't know what a Turner pedal is. What's a Turner pedal?
Is that a a Ted Turner pedal?
No.
TBS. Thanks for the super chat, Twang.
I see Page Turner pedal.
I would make the suggestion if you didn't want to be a pedal factor, you could get through one of the channel sponsors.
All right, see you, Mark.
Websites, a strobe clip-on tuner at a pretty good price with a discount.
Well, I'm waiting for clarification. Because there is a Turner pedals. There was a Turner pedal coming up, so that's why I was just wondering if it was that Page Turner.
Yeah, that's right. It's the Ike Turner. Maybe I shouldn't have did that though.
No, those are actually okay for turning like an iPad. I think. I don't know. Bluetooth pedals. Is that what we're talking about? Okay, Turner. This Turner pedal.
It's not a Tuma pedal. Is it a Tuma pedal?
Let's say Turner. I'm not coming up with anything. Or, oh, wait. What's Turner Electronics pedals? What's that? They look like they're out of Australia.
Travis, it spits out insults and swear words.
No, I saw you, Mark. Said hi when you came in there. Said, hey, Mark. All right, Mark is here. Hey, Mark.
Okay, so he says Thomas, and he says, yeah, Turner.
Yeah, Turner.
There's a Turner Construction Company that's apparently...
Well, there is a Turner Electronics Audio. Oh, wait. What's this? Turner Guitar Studio. Oh, that looks like just a TC Electronics pedal. All right. Who are these guys?
Alex Turner guitar pedals?
I don't know. That's the question. These look like you have to buy them straight from him in Australia. Doug Strong. I came over just to check the chat. I'm going to go out on a limb and say you don't have any experience with Turner pedals. You would be very correct there, Doug.
Great observation. And according to that, and according to what you're saying, we're also probably in the wrong region to begin with, so we never would.
Oh.
No, he clarified he meant a Turner pedal. Well, at least it's not a tuna pedal.
Oh, tuner. Oh, well, there's lots of good tuner pedals. Yeah. I like my Outlaw one, actually, to tell you the truth, Terry.
Mm-hmm.
And they got the one that's got the built-in, the one Rich has, or had. I don't know if he still has it. It's tuner pedal. It's also power supply, like with 6 outs or 4 outs.
Mm-hmm.
So you have an isolated power supply that's also your tuner, which I like, because why not? When they did that, I'm like, why doesn't every company do that? Like, why don't you have a tuner pedal do something than just tune?
Oh. Interesting.
What pedal's that? My niece heard ask. Effects. I'll bring it up and then share the screen. Because I can. And then we'll probably wrap things up. The Iron Horse. That's it. Alright, so go over here. Share. Screen. Extra camera. That's a new option.
Extra camera?
Yeah, I just saw that. It's like sharing. It's like, you want to do an extra camera? No, but it's good to know I can. That's really good to know. Oh, this is cool. They got a preview thing now. I can tell what the hell I'm doing. This is cool. Oh, and you can share tab audio. That is new as well, Terry.
Nice.
I really should read my emails from StreamYard.
Yeah,
so
they keep doing all kinds of stuff.
All right, hang on. I like. Oh, shit. Yeah. See, I like that. All right. So if we go here.
So okay. Yes, you were mentioning that one before.
Yeah, Rich has or had one of these. So there's the 500, some 3s. I think. Yeah, there's some more on the other side.
That actually is kind of a cool solution. Looking at it now, because I know you'd said it, but
and that's still like it's only like the size of an MXR pedal.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know who really makes it, you know what I mean? But
I mean, you had mentioned it before, and I was kind of like, okay, but until now that I've actually seen it, it's like, yeah, that would be like a really good solution where, like you said, you're getting a tuner pedal plus the ability that you can actually power a couple other pedals with it. And I don't think it's that badly priced either.
Well, it's a perfect, yeah, for like most pedal boards have 6 to 8 pedals. It's perfect. Doug Strong says, I'm a big Against Me fan, and I recently just learned James Bowman has Bowman Audio Endeavors and is making pedals. Is that a fanboyish to get one? No. Dan Orr from Sleazer, he's a big fan of Bowman Audio stuff. He's dealt with some of that. Yeah, he digs it. We just get real professional all of a sudden. What happened? I don't know. I guess. Yeah. So on that note, what else we got going on this week? G&L, ASAT series, those will be premiering this week. Sea Gear Junkie, perfect. Yep. Dylan, Iron Horse isn't bad, but they aren't isolated. Is that what it is? All right, yeah, because Richie was having he has noise. Yeah. All right. Well, all right. Don't get that one then.
Well, like that would make a difference considering like the
amount of noise
he already makes noise anyways. So
that's true. But yeah, there will be a soda pop tasting video coming out this week. What kind? I don't know. What company? Not sure because I've got half a dozen. I picked up another one this morning. Had dropped the sister off at work, Terry. Had to stop at the convenience store to pick up some papes. I'm like, well, since I'm there, I might as well grab a soda pop out of the fridge to sample at a later time and or date. So I'll probably shoot that tomorrow because I got to shoot the Patreon video. That's right. So Patreons and channel members, you both get the videos. So want to become a channel member, just click the join button down below. I always say, if you're going to do a super chat, just do a channel membership. Get something back for it. Extra, even. Any thoughts on the Ernie Ball Volt power supply for the last question of the night, Terry?
No experience, so I can't comment on that.
Me neither. Like to check it out, though. Ernie Ball generally has a decent product, I would say. There's Terry saying goodnight in the chat and stuff. That's weird. Because you could say that with your voice if you wanted to. Doug Strong just tried a Blackberry Canada Dry Ginger Ale today. Interesting. I haven't tried the flavored ginger ales. I like ginger flavored ginger ale. I don't know.
I can't remember if I tried that one, but when I was in a Circle K earlier today after getting my teeth cleaned, I was looking at, I would have swore I seen a Blackberry Canada Dry, which had me a little tempted.
Yes, Hog Rotten is responsible for sending up the unboxing of the soda pops. So that'll be coming. That should arrive this week, I think. So that will be. You know what? That unboxing will probably Thursday or Saturday, depending. Because it says in theory I can get it Thursday, Terry. But based off of the company involved, this is me holding my breath. This is what I'm saying. Ooh, head rush. Nice. Charles, always a pleasure. Charles has been into the cold snacks, I can tell. You know how I can tell, Terry? It's Monday. So, just saying. I'm not saying, but I'm saying. So on that note, parting words, Terry, as we just ramble on and ramble
out. Thanks again for, checking out when I do post up to my channel. Again, thank you again to everyone out there for being good human beings and, just being good human beings and good people, here on YouTube and, in other areas of your life. Keep it up.
Okay, so we got a no comment. Yep. Yeah. Just remember, Charles, every once in a while, switch up the hands so one arm doesn't get bigger than the other. Just saying. Switch it up once in a while. Or double fist it. Hog Rotten says you might want to open it off air. That thing is wrapped up good. Really? Well.
Or is it that skunky?
Terry, if he didn't wrap it, it could be the same company that wrapped the neck wrapped this. So, they like to use all the wrapping. So there will.
Oh, I'm just going to shut up because that just went to a different place in my mind.
There will definitely be another There will definitely be an unboxing video for that because that just sounds like a lot. Yeah. So
Ben will make sure to have his handy can of Lysol beside him.
Apparently, things are bigger in Texas. So, you drink one at a time? I love it, Charles. Love it.
Deep in
3-hour unwrapping video, possibly. How's it playing? Possibly. We'll see if we have to get power tools involved in this one. That's true, Doug. It isn't wrapped well unless you lose time and patience opening it. So well said. And on that note, thank you, Terry. Thank you, everybody that tuned in tonight.
Thank you, everyone.
Special thanks to, again, my patrons. Special thanks to my mod squad. Special thanks to my channel members. Special thanks to my long-time viewers. Special thanks to my new-time viewers. Special thanks to everybody that took that little bit of time out of the day to just sit back and have a bit of a chat with us. Right, Jimmy Ray Hawkins? Awesome.
Yep.
He's Terry. I'm Ben. This has been Canucks with Guitars. Like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Ring bells and blow whistles and buy merch. Sure, merch is good. We like merch. Links to cool stuff down below. All that stuff. Facebook group. Haven't plugged that in a year, but Travis had mentioned it at least. What's up, Jay? We're just wrapping up. See, you can tell. You can tell we're wrapping up. You know how we can tell? There's Dale Palmer at the end.
That's
perfect.
Right.
So as always, hold those doors open. Let Doug's wife in ahead of you in traffic. Why? Because she's real. Enough said. Be good to each other. Happy tone chasing as always. Try something out of the box this week, folks. Just, I hate fuzzes. Try one. I never play with delay. Try one. Why would anyone use a phaser? Try one. Ring modulator? No. Don't try one. You know what else you don't do? Don't litter.